In today's video, I jump into why my company Virti has recently raised $10 million in venture capital, the journey we took to get there, and what this means for the future of the company. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Alex, and on this channel, we focus on human performance to help you live healthier, wealthier, happier, and more productive lives. My company Virti recently announced a Series A round of $10 million in TechCrunch. Fundraising is considered by some founders to be the hardest part of scaling a technology company. For me, this investment round was the opportunity to accelerate our mission to improve human performance by fundamentally changing how people learn, train, and perform. Now, I'll break down and share the process of raising capital for both our seed and Series A round in detail in later videos. The key really is quite simple: focus on building a great mission and product-driven company. But this video isn't about the how, it's about the why. Today, we're going to look at why I felt the mission at Virti was so important, why we wanted to build an amazing place to work for high performers, the Virti journey to Series A, and finally, what this means for the future. Now, when I was younger, I was obsessed with three things: sport, video games, and reading. I loved pushing myself to learn new skills and the psychology behind how to overcome challenges and win, whether that was captaining sports teams or beating my friends at Street Fighter. When it came to choosing a career, I did work experience and looked at my parents and my friends' parents and learned that I wanted to do something that had a couple of key criteria. Namely, it was team-based and social, it allowed for creativity to solve problems, it helped people, and it was practical and varied. I was fortunate enough to do work experience with an orthopedic surgeon who lived nearby, and so unlike many 17-year-olds, I knew immediately what I wanted to do. Most of the surgeons loved sport and had similar interests to me. Operating seemed like a video game, and the surgeons got to meet a wide variety of patients and have huge impacts on their lives. When seeing other professions, it amazed me just how many people hated their jobs, or their jobs were either seemingly not helping anyone or involved being sat behind a desk. When I graduated and began working in the UK's National Health Service, the majority of medics, like myself, loved their jobs. However, the workload and culture invariably meant the doctor's mess and theatre coffee rooms were filled with grumbling people. Despite this, many medics would stay late, come in on their days off, pay out of their own pocket for exams, and work hard to better themselves to help patients without reward. These experiences made me want to create something that helped any workforce anywhere in the world to be their best and to have the tools and resources at their fingertips to provide their patients or customers with the best experience possible. It also made me want to build a place to work that gave amazing people the opportunity to level up as quickly as possible, regardless of age, placing talent and growth above all else. This goal of fundamentally changing how people learn, train, and perform consolidated into our company mission of improving human performance by making experiential training affordable and accessible for everyone. When myself and Nils, the Virti CTO, were translating this into how we wanted to run the company, we were passionate about two key principles. Firstly, we wanted Virti to be the best place for anyone to learn, grow, and develop on the planet. Secondly, we wanted to build software and processes that were innovative, not derivative, which we would use internally with our team and which hugely impacted the lives of our customers. Now, for point one, Ben Horowitz describes a good company as somewhere that every person can wake up knowing that the work they do will be efficient, effective, and make a difference. And as you know from my previous videos, Warren Buffett describes the way to feel energized and live life is to be excited about your job and the people you work with. I was obsessed with companies like Xerox, whose product was perhaps not the most engaging, sorry guys, but whose sales training was so good people would join just to learn how to sell and close. For point two, let's look at Nintendo, whose games and consoles seemingly went against the grain of the processing and graphical power of the PlayStation and Xbox, but who focused on game design and innovation to make experiences people love, like The Legend of Zelda. But guys, please bring out a new F-Zero very, very soon. We wanted to completely reimagine how data was captured and training scaled to give accurate insight into people's performance across role-specific training, together with soft skills, including mindfulness and well-being, treating employees like high-performing athletes. Importantly, we wanted to ensure that our product metrics were impacting us internally before getting to alpha or beta testing, building our own case studies, and making everyone feel like a product owner. This would also allow for easier translation to the most important people, our customers. Now, during medical school and my surgical training, I built an education company without any external funding, doing everything from teaching myself how to code to how to do marketing and delivering services to customers. This was an awesome learning experience and scaled up to the point where it was generating 10 times my surgeon's salary. I could have happily stayed scaling this company, but instead I handed over the reins as I was obsessed with the Virti mission. Back in 2017, when I created the original business model and tech roadmap for Virti, I was trapped in a Manhattan hotel room due to a blizzard in New York. It was not too dissimilar to the circumstances many people in quarantine found themselves in during the pandemic. This allowed me time to reflect and plan while communicating asynchronously with my friends and family. This thoughtful, asynchronous experience helped to guide our company culture and the way of remote-focused working. When we launched back in 2018 with a team of 4 and a video-based product heavy on data analytics, we were determined to grow revenues first and foremost over raising capital on an idea. And luckily for us, we found customers in one of the most challenging organisations to sell into on the planet, the UK's National Health Service. By February 2019, we felt confident enough with our traction and published a research study conducted by some medics demonstrating that the platform improved learning retention and reduced anxiety for employees. We subsequently began picking up customers and case studies in the United States, and as demand grew, we closed a $2 million seed round in May 2019 to grow out a dedicated sales team and attack the United States market. Fast forward to March 2020, I was in Los Angeles having spent 12 months in the US building the team and customer base. As we were rolling out with a new customer, California went into lockdown, and our messaging of why train in person when digital is cheaper and more convenient suddenly became even more pressing a need for organizations globally, leading to a near 1,000% growth period, pushing us into profitability, which is slightly insane for an 18-month-old company. During 2020, it was really humbling to help upskill the frontline healthcare workforce globally as they responded to the pandemic, and we felt privileged to be featured on the NASDAQ Tower in Times Square in May 2020. The engineering team continued to drive world-class innovation, with our virtual human system picking up multiple awards, including making the Time magazine Best Invention list of 2020. Raising our Series A allows us to do more of points 1 and 2 previously mentioned. More resources to hire great people and provide them with the best conditions to achieve their potential, and more resources to build and distribute a great product to the broadest audience. We've already made some fantastic C-suite hires who've scaled large, fast-growth businesses from whom I can learn and grow, as well as doubling the size of the Virti team in the space of 6 months alone. The pandemic has shone a spotlight on what we have been saying all along, namely that digital training with innovative technologies like AI and VR and AR is the future of how people will work. Our video and virtual human systems within the Virti platform allow learner decisions to be analysed and for employees to get access to on-demand experiential training on all devices for equity of access and maximum convenience. For employers, we're building a true end-to-end talent performance system that allows you to get the best out of your employees and make your organisation the best place to work too, since high performers value development above all else. We know what the future of work looks like. Corporate training will be data-driven, with soft skills and team-based interactions analysed with unique data points captured, helping to predict how people perform when it matters, and allowing high performers to compete against themselves and others to be the best they can be. Corporate training will be social and will be multiplayer. Whether live or asynchronous, learners and trainers will be able to jump in and out of training scenarios across different devices from anywhere in the world. Corporate training will be integrated. Rather than having multiple talent systems, mindfulness systems, offline training, and your people using YouTube, a single end-to-end system will compare data across well-being, training, and feedback, providing organizations with a human performance dashboard for their employees, just like high-performance sports coaches. The Virti culture of be bold, be fast, and be amazing summarizes our ambition with this funding round, and we're excited to work with both new and existing investors to improve human performance by making experiential training affordable and accessible for everyone on the planet. If you enjoyed this video, we've added in some links to other videos you might find useful. And if you have any suggestions for future topics you'd like to see covered, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.